Hi guys, and welcome to another video. If you're noticing, the scenery is a bit different because I'm in a different room. I hope that it is okay with the complexion and everything. I guess I'll see that in editing. So far it looks okay. My face is moisturized and I finished all of the steps. Look how many spots I have on my face. This is disgusting. Yep. Luckily, we're going to cover everything up, and this video today is about two relatively new to me anyways, from Colourpop. These are Growing Coconut and Making Mauve. I looked at them and I saw similar shades in both, and I thought I'm going to do one eye with Growing Coconut and one eye with Making Mauve, and we can see if there are any differences, any similarities in the final result and not just swatches. Okay, so this is the purpose of this video. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, and without further ado, let's start. I'm starting with this elf. This is the Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to use, this is how it looks like a cream consistency. I'm going to use a tiny bit because my face is already moisturized, so I'm just adding it to places that usually rub off, the makeup rubs off. So just because my moisturizer is still wet and I don't feel that I need additional primer, otherwise I would have applied it all over my face and my chin, which usually is making all the trouble, and usually the makeup from my chin goes away so quickly and just disappears. Sorry about that. And now let's do some highlight, and I'm using this Mary Dew Minimizer by the Balm. This is a relatively newbie. I'm going to apply it before my foundation and see if it affects the result. So I'm just adding a tiny bit, well, not so tiny. Okay, so I'm adding more than I would usually because it's going to be under the foundation, and I want to see if it makes a difference with the glow on my face. So I'm just tapping it with a damp clean sponge. You can't see anything. Let's hope that we will see something with the foundation. And I'm using my Revlon Candy. This is in the shade 220, and I'm taking 2 pumps from that and adding my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is in the shade 475N, and well, I have pump and I will forget to use it, and that's what happens. Whoa. Look. Took not too much, a humongous amount too much. Okay, let's start and tap it in and see how the color is for me. Why did I do next to the eyes? God knows. I wasn't supposed to. And let's do this side as well. And I'm just tapping it, and I'm not applying too much stress when I'm tapping it. I don't like the smell of it. A very strong scent. I think it's from the MAC, because I never had that when I use the Revlon, so maybe the MAC has some scent to it. But I'm going to cover it with powder and everything, and I hope that it will be not as strong as I feel it now. And I use too much foundation. Okay, that's it. Am I glowier due to the highlight? I don't know. But I do know that I need to cover up all these blemishes because foundation, surprise, didn't cover them. So I'm using my concealer by Candid Revlon 030, and I'm just adding it to the corner of my eyes and the outer corners, just like that. And now let's go and try to cover these dark spots on my face, which is horrendous. But I'm going to take a small brush. This is by AWB Makeup. This is called the Do Blends It. It's a very, very long and has, I don't know, shorter and long bristles, so I love this for this purpose. So I'm just, wow, the light is horrendous today. I hope that you can see me. And you know, it's mid-morning, and I thought that if I'm filming at this hour, I'm going to have enormous amounts of light, because you know, I am filming only, well, usually, I'm not going to say only, usually with natural light. And for the under eye, I'm just pressing it in firmly. And I thought that I'm going to have, it's strange, every time I move my face and I come back to center, I don't know, I hope that I will see better when I am editing, because it would be a shame if it will ruin the video. Okay, so now let's take this one. This one is by LA Girl. This is the Pro Primer HD High Definition Eyeshadow Primer. It's in a stick. If I'm not mistaken, it's in the shade Nude. Yep, wasn't mistaken. I'm just applying it on my lid. Oh, I see that if I come closer to the camera, it looks better with the lighting. Okay, so I just, this is what I love about this. It's so easy to use it, and it's a really, really good formula. Okay, just tapping it a bit with my damp sponge, just a tiny bit, that's it. Now let's powder. And oh, before the powder, let's do the luminizer again, because I don't see anything happening here. So I'm just tapping as I did before, like that, and I'm taking my sponge. And since it's a cream product, you have to use it before you use your powder. Okay, look at that glow. And look at this dark spot I have here under my eye, and I'm going back with a tiny bit of concealer to cover as much as I can, because you can't really cover too much, because otherwise you will have layers that will go directly in the fine lines, so it did nothing. Okay. Okay, I don't like it, but if I'll add more concealer, it will be horrendous, because it will go directly to the creases and it will look really, really bad. So I rather keep it like that when it's not perfect and it's not covered, but it's better than just have everything in the crease. So I'm using this BH Under Eye Brightening Powder in the shade Fair Light, and I'm just taking my brush and taking some of the residue I have here, tapping off the excess, and applying a very thin layer of powder under my eyes. Even that really thin layer is going to sink in directly in all of my lines under my eyes. That's it. It is what it is. And now I'm just powdering with my Maybelline powder, and I'm using all over my face with a huge brush. This one also by AWB Makeup, and this one was by Maybelline Fit Me, matte and poreless in the shade 115. Okay, I hit pan seriously bad here, and there is a small mirror here. Never used it. Okay, and now everything is covered with powder. Woohoo! Let's bronze, and I'm using my BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Coco Crush. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Next up is bronzer, and I'm using my BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Coco Crush. And I'm just taking my bronzer brush, and this one is a beautiful color, but it's very strong, so I'm taking the access on the back of my hand before I'm applying it to my face, otherwise it will be patchy. So whenever you're using a new bronzer, always test it on the back of your hand before you use it on your face. There are bronzers that don't do that, that you can apply directly, but you have to test it first and not get patches all over your face. It's not fun at all. In the perimeter of my face, just like that. Okay, so I don't like the result. Oh, I didn't do my eyebrows. Now I'm realizing that I didn't do my eyebrows. Okay, now it's better. And I need to do my eyebrows, but let's powder first. Blush first, sorry. So I'm using my blusher by e.l.f. This is the primer infused blush. This is in the shade Always Cheeky, and I love this one. I haven't used any other blush, I think, since I bought it, because I love it so much. And you don't need to tap off the access with this blusher, but I just got used to doing it, so. And this looks perfect, but let's do eyebrows before we start the eyes, because otherwise. Okay, I'm using two products. If you're following me, you already know this is the Maybelline Brow Define Fill Duo in the shade Soft Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, soft brown, and I'm using my Essence. This is Lash and Brow Gel Mascara, so I'll just pop them in and I'll be right back. I'm back with eyebrows, and you're going to ask yourself, why are you so sad? Well, not sad, I'm just upset, because look what happened to the Essence Lash and Brow. It just broke, and okay, luckily for me it was a very inexpensive product and I can just toss it, and I'm going to toss it. But let's do my lips, because I feel like they're very dry, and I'm using this one. This is by Lime Crime. It's called Wet Cherry. Look how pretty the package is. Yeah, I know it's upside down, but the package is so beautiful. This is in the shade Naked Cherry. Okay, and it has a smell of a cherry. Look at this tiny little bottle. Oh, this tiny little container, and I love it. I'm just going to apply it to my lips because they're very dry. And I'm just applying it to my lips. I didn't put a lip liner, just because I forgot to bring with me. Otherwise I would have put a lip liner. And the scent of this is divine. Oh, and this is so small, you could put it in your bag and take it anywhere. Okay, this is so beautiful. And let's wait a minute before we can know if it's tacky or not. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. Making Mauve and Going Coconut. These are the two relatively new palettes I have from Colourpop, and let's see how they look like from the inside. This is Going Coconut. This looks like this. It's a very beautiful palette. These are cold shades of browns, and this is Making Mauve. And yeah, I kept the packaging, I don't know, kind of like it. And this one is without a mirror, because Going Coconut does as a mirror. And now you're going to ask yourself, what is she talking about? They're not similar at all. These are Mauve and these are brown, and you're right, they don't look alike at all. But I thought I'll create one look with this, one look with that, and we'll see on the eyes if there is a huge difference between them both, because if you look at them like that, they look completely different. But I thought, why not? I have nothing to lose, right? Okay, let's start with Going Coconut. This is going to be here on this eye, and let's start. I'm going to take, you know what I hate about this palette? The names of the colors are written in this glowy font print, and it's so hard for someone with weak eyes like I have to read. So I'm just going to show you with my finger the colors I'm going to use. This is it. Okay. Cher Dodd, let's say. So just a very soft color, and I'm going to apply it on my above my crease as a transition shade, a beginning of a transition shade, because it's very invisible on me. So I'm just going to combine it with the shade next to it, which is this brown color here. Let's try Lovely Bunch. Okay, I'm just adding them both, tapping off the excess and adding it above my crease. I'm just adding it above my crease like that. Very light, very soft, and going back and forth to make sure that they are combined together. And I'm going to add to it this beautiful color here, and I'll try to read it, and it's Shelia. Like the names so much. And I'm adding it to the crease or above the crease, depends on the shape of your eye. I have hooded eyes, and if I put it directly in the crease you won't see anything, so I'm adding it above my crease, and I think that's enough for the crease. Let's take taking this brush, which is from Spectrum A07, just a flat brush, and let's take the darkest brown, the matte brown here, this one here, and I'm just going to add it to the outer corner of my eye, just like that. Just adding it, tapping it basically to the outer corner of my eye, just like that. And I lost the light, I don't know, can you see? Yeah, you can see now. I just tapped it like that. Okay, it's beautiful. And let's add to it this shimmery brown on this side here, this one, and this is called Get Cracking. Okay, cute name. And I'm just adding it on the same place that I put on the first brown, just to give it a bit of shine and a bit of the shimmer, so it won't be completely matte. Look at the difference between my eyes. Okay, I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to use this beautiful middle color here, which is the lightest one, lightest shimmer except of the white. This is called Coco Crush, and I'm just taking it with my finger and tapping it on my eyelid from the inner corner and to the browns that we just applied, just like that. Yep, and I'm just going to take my pencil brush and tap it to the white color Palm Reader, which is this shade here. I'm just taking a tiny bit and adding it to the tear dot. Yeah, it's a beautiful color. Okay, I think it's beautiful, but let's add something to the lower lash line. I'm going back to the dark brown and just I want to add it to the lower lash line. I'm just going to take my small mirror and add it to the lower lash line, just like that. So this one was for the outer half of the lash, and I'm just flipping it and taking the shimmer. I'm not sure it's going to be successful because usually shimmers don't like lower lash line, but I see this one like does. So I'm just adding it to the lower lash in the inner corner, and this is the final result with Going Coconut. Oh, I forgot, of course, to take my blending brush and start blending, so it will look seamless and beautiful. So I'm taking my time. If you have time, invest in this blending because it makes a huge difference. I see it sometimes when I don't have time to blend or / forget to blend. That happens too. And I see the difference that it makes. So this is it. This is eye number 1, Going Coconut. Which one is better? This one is this one is bare empty. Okay, this one was Going Coconut, and I'm going coconut about this palette, and I'm so happy that I got it. I zoomed you in a bit closer and you can see up close Going Coconut. Oh, I didn't put any mascara yet, so this is before mascara. And the other eye is going to be with Making Mauve, and this is how it looks like. This is a beautiful mauve colored shades. Haven't used it yet, this is the first time, and I'm starting with the lightest color, which is R&R, which is this shade here. And I'm just going to take my brush and add it above my crease like I did a few minutes ago with the other eye. And I'm going to, wow, so many fallout. I'm going to add this shade, which is Big Mauves. This one here, I'm going to add it to the crease as well. Wow, but this one has enormous amount of fallout, and on Going Coconut I didn't have that amount of fallout as I have here. It's crazy, really, really crazy. Same company, same formula, such a difference. I don't know how it happens. I guess it depends on the shades. I don't know. Okay, this went above the crease, and I don't think I need to add some more, maybe a bit more dark. Let's take Big Fig, which is this shade here, just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's it. Tiny bit doesn't give fallout. Okay, and I think now that you're closer to me, then I have less problems with the lighting in this room. Fortunately, I had to relocate. I hope it is temporary. And I just added it above the crease, and I'm going to take a clean brush and take this this brown mauve color. It's called Morocco. No, it doesn't make sense. Let's see the name. Marque. Okay, Marque. This is Marque. Here, this is the darker shade in this palette. It's a matte shade and a pretty one. Look how pretty this shade is. Don't fall down. What a pretty shade. Yep. Okay, let's add it to the outer corner, just like I did with Growing Coconut. I'm adding it to the outer corner of my eye. Okay. If you heard these noises, it was my son going back to his room. Okay. And I tapped it in. I have nothing. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll add some of this center shade here. This is called La Mode, and I'll add it on top just to have a bit of a shimmery color here on top of it. Oh, and the scent of my lips is just amazing. So I can't even remember this awful smell of the MAC foundation that I talked about earlier. Okay, this is it, and I'm going to take my finger and take this shade here. This one here, it is called Bicustal. I hate those names, I really do. I never pronounce them the way they are supposed to be pronounced, I'm sure of it. I'm butchering the names, that's definitely for sure. Ooh, what a beautiful color. Which one I took? Okay, this one. And this is pretty. So glad I got this palette. It is amazing. Now I need to get the taupey one. Okay, perfect, but I don't have anything light to put in the tear dots, so I'm just going to cheat a bit and just take from Growing Coconut the white color. If you don't mind me doing that, just so it will be similar, at least in the tear dot. Okay, just tiny bit, really, really tiny. Okay, this is it. This is the final look. Oh, you see, I almost forgot again. Buffing, so important. I just talked about it 2 seconds ago and almost forgot. So I'm just combining it so it will be cohesive. And I think that I lost some of the pigment here. And so let's go back to making mauve and taking the dark shade on my flat brush. Where are you? Why can't I find my flat brush? It's not this one. This one is cleaned. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm just going back with the shade Marquee and adding it to the outer corner, just because I think I lost some of the darkness in the corner, and now I can go back and blend. Okay, so let's see the final result in 1 minute. Okay, so this is Making Mauve, and this is Going Coconut. Okay, I'm just going to add some mascara. Where are my, okay, I have my regular Essence Volume Stylist 18 hours. So I'm just going to pop in the mascara and I'll be right back and we can see the final results. I'm back with mascara. This is the final result with Going Coconut. And this is the final result with Making Mauve. Now I did add, when I put my mascara, I noticed that I didn't do the lower lash line, so I added this to the outer side of the lower lash line, and this one, and this one to the inner corner of the lower lash line. So this is the final result of Making Mauve. This was the final result of Going Coconut. Okay, so this is the final look, and let's see the differences. Well, of course there are differences. There are completely different shades and colors, and this is more purpley and mauvey, and this is more brown and coconutty. I wonder why I'm going coconut and I'm making mauve. But you know, I thought it would be interesting to show both of them, and you can decide which look do you prefer. You prefer something mauvey, you prefer something more brownish, coconutty, and you can decide for yourself which is the best palette for you. This is how they look like together. Okay, that is it. This is everything I have today. If you like this video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, and I'll get you all in my next video. And bye for Making Mauve and Going Coconut. I think the look turned out beautifully. Let me know in the comment section down below which one do you prefer, Going Coconut or Making Mauve. I have to say that I feel like the mom that I am and I can't choose. I love them both. Okay, catch you all in my next video. Bye.